right, welcome back to another vlog. I haven't been so active lately on my YouTube just because I've been kind of busy. Of course, with the last little while, we gotten a couple of kittens and we're kind of getting them comfortable now in the house. Kind of getting our little routines down and, just enjoying some time with the two kittens now with Cosmo and Luna. And then also, I've actually been big on my fitness lately, exercising a lot, working out, hitting the dumbbells. I'm starting to really feel good about myself and feeling better physically lately. So it's actually helping. So been really busy with that. But also on the side, I've actually been doing a lot of practicing. So trying to, and especially try to, with the cell phone and whatnot, turn the cell phone off, just concentrate on just practicing. So, of course, my weaknesses, of course, my strength is legato, but my weaknesses are kind of my alternate picking is not as strong as it should be. And then also sweep picking. So for alternate picking, of course, this book here from Chris Brooks, alternate picking, has been a big help. It's really improved. I've already seen a lot of improvement. And of course, sweep picking, Chris Brooks's book here, of course, too, for sweep picking, really helping. So I've been spending a lot of time practicing when I can. Usually I get a window of about 2 hours. And then I'll alternate, days. One day I'll work on one day I'll work on the other. And as well, kind of working on an etude I want to do for YouTube. So hopefully I can get that kind of conquer it within the next couple of months and do a really cool YouTube video. And it's something that's not really well known either, but it's about I think it's about a 2-minute piece too. Lots of sweep picking, a lot of good picking, a lot of good technique in there for me. So I'm really looking forward to getting that kind of done and out there. So those that are wondering what's going on with the recording for Syryn, the drums are recorded for the album and we're starting the rhythm guitar. So those that know about the Madness single that was released, Byron he's probably while I'm filming this, he's finishing up his rhythm tracks. He's got to redo some rhythm tracks. Now that we're using some new guitar tones, he's actually using a Helix LT pedal now for recording the guitar tracks. I'm still using the Headrush board. And what's really nice though is with using the Headrush is that for the Madness single, I'm using the exact same guitar tones that I had for that single. I just got to load them up and boom, I'm ready to go, which is nice. You don't have to fiddle so much with an amp, with cabs and stuff. When I probably will do my next solo album, I am going to use real amps and real cabs and stuff. But for the Syryn stuff, the Headrush board is coming really handy. So, and of course, my go-to guitar for all my rhythm tracks is going to be my Kelly again. I'm going to throw some new strings on this probably tonight. I'm just kind of working out, just getting things kind of set up for recording. I was contemplating using a different guitar, but I think I'm going to stick to my Kelly for all the rhythm tracks. For the solos, I'm going to probably, experiment a little bit with a couple of different guitars, especially this one right now. I'm really enjoying this Ibanez S5470, especially for a couple of my leads are actually going to have some neck pickup. And I really like this guitar for some of the tones for leads. It really screams too. The pickups in this are really hot. So for playing the solos, it'll probably work out really well. Maybe not all the solos, maybe some of them. We'll see how that goes. So, but anyway, so tracking starting for the guitars probably won't take too long because these songs have all been kind of finished for a while. Most of them written. So we're kind of getting excited to get things going because now 2022 we've got a lot more shows coming up. We played last weekend actually in Edmonton again at Shakers. And we actually debuted another song called Walk the Plank that I had actually written a while back, and Sloan finally got some lyrics kind of done. She was actually finishing up the lyrics driving up to Edmonton too. She did that last time with one of our songs when we were driving to Lethbridge, but that's when she's when their back's against the wall, she gets those lyrics done, right? So that song debuted. I think we've played almost every song except for 2 of the new songs that'll be in the album. So really looking forward to getting this done. And then the gig last weekend, actually, we had a special guest that came up on stage, which was awesome, which was Amanda Kiernan from formerly of Into Eternity and The Order of Chaos, which are two bands I really like, I really enjoyed. I've played with them live before both times. Trying to remember, I think it was one of the Decimate Metal festivals we played with Into Eternity. And I think The Order of Chaos was the first Decimate Metal festival I think we played. They were at that one too. So, and Amanda's really cool. She's really cool to hang out with. So it was a really great gig to have her up on stage with us as well. So really looking forward to that. And then of course we're really looking forward to going to Vancouver for the first time coming up here in April, playing the Hyperspace Metal Festival. So we're really looking forward to that. But we will have a local Calgary show before that. So watch out for that. The announcement should be coming within the next week. I think we just locked in that we're in the show. Everything's kind of getting set up for it right now. So kind of things are starting to advance pretty good. The summer's looking good too. We're starting to get some kind of stuff put together for the summer. I'm hoping to go on tour. I'm hoping to go out east. I know there's going to be a festival or two we're playing somewhere. Can't say where yet or anything, but there's stuff coming down the pipeline soon, which is going to be awesome. So besides, once I get the all the rhythm tracks and guitar stuff recorded for the next album, I guess I'll have a little bit of time to play with. So I'm kind of trying to decide right now what I'm going to do. So of course I'm practicing a lot, but I like to be creative and like to keep some stuff going. So I'm kind of contemplating whether I'm going to concentrate on one of the other projects that I have going or work on a solo album. So I do have some material, mostly with my 7-string, kind of a concept thing. It's kind of roughly done except for solos for the most part. So I'm kind of contemplating if I'm going to finish that and record it. Or I've got a couple other projects on the go, of course, with a couple of my good buddies in the Castigate. There's something going on with that one. I can't really mention much about it, but one of our members is away. Unfortunately, he's been away for a while, and I can't wait till he gets back so we can hang out again and stuff. But we'll see. There is another couple of musicians that have approached me for another project that I'm really contemplating and starting to chat with them about stuff. We'll see how it goes. With Syryn, though, it does take up a lot of my time, so anything I get involved in has to know that it's, the back burner, or it's kind of like secondary to Syryn, right? So sometimes I wish I could just find myself a second project where I can just kind of jump in and just be a lead guitar player, just not have to deal with so much of the songwriting, be more of just a lead guitar player. But I haven't really gotten any of those kind of opportunities. Even go out on a tour with somebody as a fill-in guitar player or something, that would be really cool, really fun to do. I do get some downtime from my work, my daytime job, but we'll see what happens. Maybe something will happen this coming summer, this coming year. We'll see. But Syryn does keep me, quite busy. But otherwise, as I'd mentioned in the last video, I'd actually been working on doing a bit of guitar shopping research, right? So kind of been keeping an open mind on different guitar makers, different guitar brands. Nothing with Jackson right now is really kind of interest me. It's just, spec-wise, some of them are decent, but just the guitars don't look cool. Like, the one thing is like I've got a lot of guitars and a lot of them are black, and it's just I'm tired of all these black guitars. Like even my Kelly, my black USA Jackson Rhodes, my 7-strings and SL7 that's black. I have my SL2 that I play with Syryn that's black. I'm kind of bored of black. This guitar here though, which is the secondary guitar that I've been using in Syryn live, this Monarch, except for it doesn't have a trem system or anything. It looks great in photos. In some of the gigs we've been playing lately, we've gotten some photos from some photographers, and this guitar actually looks really cool in photos. But of course, doesn't have a Floyd. I like single cuts, but in my guitar research, the thing I'm not crazy about is that 24 3/4 inch scale length. I really prefer the 25 1/2 inch scale length. which you don't usually see on single cut guitars. So kind of researching different guitar makes. There was an ESP guitar I was really interested in. Of course, they're really back ordered for, I guess, the higher end, like their 1000 LTD series. I guess there's a huge back order on stuff. So they're like their newest models that they're coming out with are the ones that are going to be available first, and sort of the ones they released last year are on back order, and I've been told 4 to 6 months. So kind of looking at different makes, trying to really figure out something different. What's interesting though is I've actually been enjoying this Ibanez lately. Of course, I played a lot of Ibanez guitars back in the day. I've always really liked the Wizard necks. The Wizard necks I've always really liked, especially up here. They're not so thin. The Wizard, they're flat. Of course, prestige. What can you say? They're Japanese made. Is kind of, they've always been kind of the top of the line for Ibanez, and I've never really been disappointed by their guitars. But of course, with this being the thin body, I think I'd probably look more towards an RG if I did. Maybe a Prestige RG, but of course they're not cheap. Kind of wanted to keep it under a $2,000 price point, and kind of looking at other brands, even Schecter. I was kind of looking at some of the Schecter stuff, but of course, and the other thing is pickups. I don't care to swap out and change pickups as much as I used to, so trying to see what kind is out there. And of course, there's a lot of newer pickup makers, like especially this Fishman company. I've actually never tried any of their stuff yet, and apparently they're like the new thing. They're like the cat's meow now. So I'm gonna have to see if I can try that. Or I've never been the biggest fan of EMGs, but apparently there's like the newer EMGs, like the 57 and the 66, which is supposed to sound better. Like I do like active pickups, and I like the Seymour Duncan blackouts. So if I have active pickups, I usually go to blackouts. But now I'm seeing the blackouts aren't as popular anymore in a lot of guitars, so it's kind of interesting. But what's interesting is that EMGs you can swap out with blackouts. So that's something that, I could, if I had to swap out the pickups, I could easily with the actives. And then with passives, I usually tend to stick to Seymour Duncans, but, maybe DiMarzio or something else. Usually stock pickups on guitars aren't usually the greatest. Probably with the exception of PRS. They're usually pretty good with their stock pickups. I did have one PRS S2 model back when I was doing my grunge cover band. It was a custom 24 S2, and it was actually a pretty good guitar. That's kind of a guitar I miss a little bit. Maybe PRS. I don't know. I'm kind of keeping an open mind, doing a bit of research here and there. Another thing though that I kind of really like is like with this Jackson guitar having a satin finish instead of a gloss finish. I kind of really like it. I actually had a Legator guitar before that had a satin finish, and I really kind of like the satin now more than the gloss. Gloss can be kind of sticky, especially when you're sweating a lot. So I don't know, I'm kind of keeping them. I'd love to do a custom made guitar, but have you seen the prices on how I for fun the other day I went on the Jackson website and did the configurator, ticked off all the boxes. It gives you the price, and by the end of it, it was like over $6,000 US, and then with Canadian currency, it'd be like $8,400. I'm like, I can't justify paying that much for a guitar. I was like, sorry. It's a shame though. I know what exactly I want. So, but I've actually looked online in some other custom guitar makers, and there was another one that was kind of interesting. I think they're called Belager guitars, and what they do is they call them semi-custom, where they actually make them in Korea and then send them to the US, and then they go through a QC process in the US before they go to the makers. And I think I did that on there, and it was about $2,600 US. So that is actually way better pricing. And then also I was looking actually out of Montreal, out of Quebec, there is actually a guitar maker named Charbonneau Guitars, which a lot of people might know that Charbonneau is actually my mother's last name. I am a Charbonneau. So it's kind of interesting that I was like, oh, there's a guitar maker and last name Charbonneau, right? I'd love to I know I've seen. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I'm a big fan of Glenn Fricker, and I know he had some Charbonneau guitars on there a while back. So I kind of it's really gotten me interested. Going, hey, I'd like to check this out a little bit more. So you never know. At some point, maybe I'll do a custom make, but we'll see what happens. So Jackson's barking up there. I wonder what's going on. So not too much more to say. That'll be my vlog for this month. I am working on the Syryn website. Actually, I've kind of taken over the website. We hadn't updated info on there since before the pandemic, so I've actually started updating info, kind of redoing our EPK and stuff. So that'll come. That's a little project. Also, like I didn't have enough going on. I'm gonna have another project with the website. But those that know, back when I did the Metallica tribute band, I actually managed the website we had back then. So it's something creative to do, and I do enjoy anything creative. So, but anyway, until next time. I'll be looking forward to seeing everybody out at the Syryn shows if possible, and then look forward to some new material soon. And I'll talk to you again soon. Okay. All right. Straight on.